Hello, critters. So you finished The Legend of Vox Machina and you're craving more, right? You think, I know, I'll go watch the original campaign.
Excellent idea. Until you hit play on episode 1 and two things smack you in the face. The questionable sound quality and the 3 to 4 hour runtime. Yikes.
Don't worry, we've got you. We're diving into the chaos so you don't have to. We'll sacrifice our ears and our evenings to bring you the recaps, highlights, and all of the behind-the-scene magic you crave.
Welcome to Vox Rewatch.
Because the past deserves a second look.
With better audio. We're just a bunch of longtime friends and proud critters who love the chaos, the characters, and the wild ride of storytelling. Join us as we dive back into it all with lots of laughs, way too many theories, and probably some tears too.
I'm Doug.
I'm Connie.
And I'm Eric. This podcast is part of Tabletop Tether, our nerdy little home for TTRPG content, deep dives, and unapologetic fan joy. Just so we're clear, Vox Rewatch is an unofficial fan podcast and isn't affiliated with or endorsed by Critical Role in any way. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into The Throne Room, episode 7 of Critical Role's very first campaign, where Vox Machina continues their tense crawl through the Emberhold, the stronghold of the Duergar. The party picks up where they left off, guiding Lady Kima deeper into the fortress in hopes of recovering her confiscated gear and striking a blow against their Duergar leadership. The atmosphere is tense. They know the fortress is on high alert, with footsteps echoing down the halls and enemies lurking just out of sight. Lady Kima pushes them forward, determined to reach the vaults and claim her vengeance against the king and queen who rule this place. Stealth and strategy quickly give way to brutal combat. The adventurers face waves of Duergar soldiers, resilient in their ability to enlarge themselves and strike with devastating force. Keyless Wildshape transformations and Gog's relentless strength carve openings, while Vax and Percy rain damage from a distance. Scanlan, as always, balances comic relief with moments of surprising heroics, and Pike works tirelessly to keep the party alive under an onslaught of deadly blows. But the Duergar's forces are not their only challenge. As the party presses deeper, they encounter terrifying new enemies. Basilisk, whose petrifying gaze threatens to turn their allies to stone, and most chilling of all, mind flayers lurking in the shadows. These alien tentacled horrors grapple the minds of Vox Machina, nearly overwhelming them with psychic pain and the threat of having their very brains devoured. One by one, the adventurers resist the stunning mental assaults, fighting desperately to free themselves and their companions. The battles escalate in both danger and spectacle. Lady Kima proves her might, unleashing devastating divine smites against their enemies. Tiberius calls down fireballs and ice knives, blasting through the ranks of Duergar. And when the Duergar royalty finally enters the fray, King Murghol and his queen, supported by their monstrous allies, the throne room becomes a deadly, chaotic battleground. The party endures the crushing strikes, chains of lightning, and poison clouds. At times, their survival hangs by a thread. Scanlan falls unconscious under the king's blade, only to be saved by Pike's healing, while Tiberius and Lady Kima are turned to stone. Meanwhile, Percy cleverly tries to manipulate the environment, icing over breaks in the ceiling as magma turns to pour into the chamber, threatening to consume them all. The episode builds to a harrowing climax, with the fortress literally collapsing around them, magma flooding into the throne room, and enemies slipping away through magic like Dimension Door. Vox Machina is left scrambling to survive. They drag wounded allies to safety, desperately trying to escape before being entombed in the fire and stone. Victory feels bittersweet, though. They dealt heavy blows to the Duergar and their monstrous allies. The queen escapes with Grog in tow, leaving the party battered, fractured, and forced into a desperate retreat. Episode 7 is turning point for the campaign. It highlights the raw danger of the Underdark, showcases just how deadly the Duergar stronghold can be, and firmly establishes that the stakes Episode 7 is a turning point for the campaign. It highlights the raw danger of the Underdark, showcases just how deadly the Duergar stronghold can be, and firmly establishes the stakes are only rising for Vox Machina. It's a mix of thrilling combat, nail-biting close calls, and the kind of chaotic, character-driven antics that make up Critical Role unforgettable.
It was intense.
Yeah, and I mean, it was called Into the Throne Room, and about 90% of everything happened in the throne room. But can we talk about, like, before they got into the throne room and this ridiculous plan that they sort of concocted?
Well, even before that, they're looking for the vault. Of course, Vex is super excited about the vault or the armory. The Lady Kima can get her stuff, and they check every single room possible that they can before they start to alert people that they're there. And
they left no stone unturned there. Like,
yes,
Yeah. Every door open.
But let's talk about shiny things.
Yeah.
Laura sees something shiny.
Oh my god!
And she wants
something shiny.
She wants it, and they get trapped. Half the party's trapped inside of a room with 2 Illithids.
Yeah.
Luckily, they take one out. But all for something shiny.
That's what. As soon as that happened, because Vax saw the item, and I'm like, okay, Vex is going to want that. And I didn't remember because I'd watched this before, but didn't remember what was going to happen. And then I'm like, I would have set that up as a trap if I were Matt. Not knowing that that's exactly what he did. And he knew as soon as he described something shiny, immediately she's like, what'd you see? What'd you see? What'd you see? So,
well, it's funny too, because they almost didn't go back in there.
Yeah.
Because Liam had forgotten.
Yep.
And he was just going to keep on going. And then I think Laura had said something about the shiny thing. And it was like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. I love it when, as like a DM, you know your players well enough to set up something for them and then to watch them walk directly into what you set up. And you get the little like, excellent feeling.
Well, and if you think back to Grog running off to check out the fire and finds the brain devourer, it's like, well, yeah, that's exactly what you expect from Grog. He's going to run to the light because he's in a rage and wants to fight.
Speaking of Grog, Travis Willingham is not here this episode.
He's not.
And Matthew Mercer is running Grog. The thing I will say, and the thing that I love about Grog, is even when Grog is not there, about 90% of the cast can do an amazing on-point Grog impression.
Yeah.
And so when they would say like, okay, Grog is going off, they would all immediately just start talking as Grog. I think...
Listening to it, I didn't see who was doing it. I couldn't tell. It sounded like Grog. I'm like, I thought really Travis wasn't there.
And Orion did really good Grog impressions. Yeah. And it was just so funny because he was truly there in spirit.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
I don't know. I think Matt's Orion impression is probably my favorite, though. Like, he's going to spot on Tiberius.
He does. He does. Oh man! So we survived that. We survived our trap, and is that when we start getting the plan of like them, like because they're like now starting to like slowly open the doors and like now they're trying to check for traps and be a little bit more stealthy because now they've fallen into a couple.
Yeah.
And I can't remember which one of them was the one that like saw or had ideas of where the throne room or like where it was going, but I know that they were like, we got to do something.
To the mage.
That's right, because they held them hostage.
They got poisoned. They got poisoned. 3 of them got poisoned by the mage, and then they ended up getting some information.
I love that. They're like, I go in the door, make a con save. No! I open the door, make a con save. No! And then Scanlan, make a con save. No! Like, they kept walking into the trap. And then I love, at the end of it, Sam's like, do I need to check for traps? And Matt's like, actually, you used all 3 charges. And they're like, no!
Yep.
I, as a DM, have never thought of like a multi-stage trap like that where it like triggers again. And he was saying that it was like not the same spot, but they had placed 3 separate traps all within the front of the door and where they had stepped. I was like, that is truly evil. I'm taking notes.
Yep.
How to kill your players
I'm now taking
101.
notes.
Yeah, well, I mean,
For the
Matthew
next-
Mercer shows us how to set up the best almost TPK possible.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And that was just that was just the mages' chambers. Then they start coming up with this plan. And I don't know, I think they start talking about trying to transform all of them into some kind of creature because of all the Stitch monsters that they've dealt with. I think Scanlan wanted to do something like that. Keyleth was going to transform into a scorpion. They're going to have like a Tiberius tail and two gnome legs, and just to freak them out, just to create confusion while Vex and Vax did some damage. And then Tiberius speaks up.
Tiberius.
Yep.
Yes, he does.
And it was he paid a lot of attention to the Duergar statue, the god of
Leduger. Yeah.
The Duger. Yeah.
And that's it became epic after that.
Which I found interesting, like with everything that happens in campaign 3 and all the gods and whatnot, like never comes up. This deity is never mentioned again. So I don't know, maybe not part of the main pantheon, but
Maybe not.
I was like, I don't remember this, but I remember that's part of my notes is, writing down that I don't think that came up again. I don't ever remember that name coming up again after this arc.
No, I don't either. Like, I'm not super well versed in like the pantheon, because they were playing in the the Faerunian gods and things that were from Sword Coast, and then later on they gave them all their different names, so that it wasn't like the matron of ravens is the Raven Queen and whatnot. But I don't remember any god for the Duergar. Like, give me Lolth. I know that's for Drow. We got that. I don't know what the Duergar. So I feel like this is like one of Matt's first times of like, oh, this is my little god. We got this. And then later on we get like Artagan and other fun little...
that's true. Yeah.
Because Artagan, he, well, so I feel like it's his first time of like kind of, I mean, we don't know with the previous game, what they had with all, like, if they encountered other gods or creatures like that he'd made. But it's just the first time we've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Orion's like, I'll be your god. And of course he says this, and I'm like, he's going to be a dwarf again. Thinking back to what happened the first time. And I was pleasantly surprised by how he did, considering the first time that he tried, how horribly he failed at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Keyleth turns into the scorpion, and Tiberius is on the tail. And I love that, like, Tiberius got onto Keyleth's back first before she transformed.
Yeah,
Right.
She's like, I want to piggyback.
I was like, I carry it.
Like, what?
And I was just like, why? Come on, Marisha, why?
Well, if you think about it, the stairway going up to that door was very small.
It was very narrow.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't have been able to necessarily transform in that space.
Mm-mm.
And I loved the line after Tiberius started saying, this is what we're going to do. Taliesin, he's like, what's better than a Duergar god than a Duergar god riding a scorpion, a giant scorpion? It's like, yeah, that's valid.
Yeah, Taliesin,
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
This is that.
Speaking of gods, though, we kind of skipped a part. I'm going to go back to. We had a little crisis of faith in this episode with Pike and
Ooh,
Sarenrae.
is
Yeah, we should talk about that.
the first crisis of faith.
Yeah. Where they knocked out a Duergar, and the rest of the party was going to leave him be and just kind of move on their way. And she's like, I want to run up and slash his throat. But not with a knife, not with a sword, with my mace.
The mace.
Yeah.
And they're like horrible.
Yeah.
Right. And then I love her line, like, is Sarenrae going to be really mad at me? And then I think from that moment on, she realized.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Maybe.
Well,
maybe.
and there was the second one was Scanlan went in. He went invisible. Vex and Vax were scouting around stealthy, and he went into a bedroom, a guest room, invisible.
This is where it
and
started.
shit on the bed.
This is the first of many.
Shitting on the bed.
Yep.
And then
Oh,
and
how
then-
did I forget?
when she opened the next door and found another room, she's like, I don't know, I kind of feel like I should shit on the
Shit on
bed.
the
Like,
bed.
no, that okay. Clearly she doesn't know what's happening in that room, but you can see her starting to want to do the crazy wild things like Scanlan is, but that's not her character, and it's that wrestling that she continues to do and have issue with going forward for a little while.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I can't believe I nearly forgot the shitting on the bed because, unfortunately for you, my friends, it doesn't end there.
No.
We don't leave the shitting on the bed in the Underdark.
Nope.
Well, I
It just
remember
deserves-
coming up, and I don't know when it happens. The Poos Cry, right?
Oh,
Is that
that's
what-
that's later on. The
Yeah.
Poos Cry
Just
is
a little
later
teaser
on.
for
But
yeah.
yeah, I remember hearing that and going, "Ah, there it is."
Mhm. Yeah.
So we shit the bed. That's
literally.
probably-
Yep.
But I did love the fact that they were describing like their actions of what they're going through, and he's like, "Scanlan, you're not done yet." And his partner was still shitting in the bed. He couldn't do anything else until he completed it. So everybody's coming out doing this. He's like, "Guys, I feel great." Like I love Matt's commitment to bits like that.
Mhm.
Like if someone says they're gonna shit the bed, well then I'm gonna make you take your full action to shit the bed. It's
Yeah,
not a bonus action, buddy. It's not a reaction. It's your whole action.
Yep.
And then they get trapped in the room,
Yep.
Yes.
and then they move on to the plan.
The plan. I
But
feel
before
like
they go into the throne room, there was the other Tiberius moment, which I think he had to have been feeling really good up to that point.
yes, he was.
He wasn't being totally obnoxious, so it was actually kind of nice to have a well thought out, and he did the water sphere, collected up
Yeah.
the 6 Duragar. They lightning striked it. One didn't die. Scanlan cutting words, and he inhaled water and drowned himself out of sorrow.
Listen, that is a bard's dream to vicious mockery
It was
someone to
perfect.
death.
Vicious
Yeah.
mockery. That's right.
It is.
Yeah,
It is the bard's dream.
yeah.
Just
That was a good moment.
Your mama joked them to death.
Yeah.
No, it's disappointing because you can see like he has these flashes of like thoughtful, cool things.
Right.
And then when we get into the room, I feel like he starts to like he's riding that high in the throne room.
Yeah, he was pushing.
And really tries to start pushing his luck with what he can and can't do and getting called out on some things. How many sorcery points do you have? And Matt asking for those sort of things.
Now I have a question. Do you think Tiberius's let's say the consequences of him leading that charge into that room and what happens to him by the time the battle is over, is that punishment? Is that
Do
you think Matt had that in mind?
There are some times that I think that Matt punishes him. It just, I don't know.
So we need to set this up. So they go into the throne room. Pike amplifies his voice.
With thaumaturgy.
There are a whole bunch of Duragar, the king and queen, and 2 basilisks. And he just starts going off, telling them to put their weapons down. The Duragar up front do. Murghol tries to talk them out of it, casts the fireball, and then all hell breaks loose.
Mhm.
Then he fails his con save for the basilisks.
Yep.
And he starts to become, he's restrained, and he ends up eventually turning the stone. I don't know. It seemed like everybody had that option. Everybody had to do that. A lot of people were going through that same process. Obviously,
Mhm.
Lady Kima also gets turned to stone, but I feel like it may have been convenient timing for Tiberius. I don't know. It's just something I thought of when I was listening to it.
Well, I think Matt threw it in because he said he wasn't averting his gaze. And so I think the convenience of it was him just being like, well, you've been talking the whole time, so make a save.
Yeah.
And could it have been like at the start of next initiative or the next turn or whatever? Sure. But I think there definitely was a part of like, you're trying to do this. Like he was trying to cast so many things. And like I've only recently started playing a sorcerer and starting to understand how sorcery points and like meta magic and all those things work. And I'm listening like, okay, that's a lot. Like, okay, like I know they're 9th level and like, so they can do a lot.
Right.
But that was when Matt was like, how many points do you have left? Like, like checking him. And I feel like this is the first time that Matt's really had to like check on Orion to be like,
Well, I mean,
I don't know if it's not
all throughout the episode, I mean, he had that roll that he said flew out of his hand, which watching
and they
it,
were like,
I could see it flying out of his hand. I don't think that he intentionally he called it, he brought it out, like he made a point to say it. So I think that's what really caused Matt to be like, huh. But Sam's face, if you watch this episode, watch Sam's face whenever he's like, oh yeah, it rolled out of my hand. And he's like, "Ugh," like hilarious. But like, just throughout the episode, just he's constantly like, it seems like he's starting to, okay, well, I can't be the center of attention all the time, so I have to start cheating to get to be the center of attention. So
well, that's when you see like whenever he rolls, Sam and Marisha are in there looking.
Yeah.
And when he said he failed his second save and he said he rolled the 10, like I saw both of them staring at that dice to make sure like, and I don't know if you noticed, like there was a long pause before he read the number on the dice of like him being like, I don't know, maybe that's just me reading into it.
Yeah.
But and that could also just be like me having like the knowledge now that this has been an issue with him, of him fudging rolls and whatnot. But it was just one of those like, okay, yeah, I can see how this could be an issue.
Yeah.
But it was just, they were on him.
Yeah.
I also don't think it helped. Oh, God.
I was just saying, my first watch through, I did not notice any of it.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I didn't notice a single thing. The only reason I'm noticing things now is because I know the end result. So
I think I also notice things more now because when I was watching this through the first time, I was only ever a player, and now as a DM, I know the things to look for and when people are acting a certain way. And I've also unfortunately played at a table with someone like him before. And so I recognized those things when at the time when I was watching it, I hadn't played with someone, or I'll take the back. I was playing with someone, but I didn't know any better yet to know what to look out for with that type of player. So I think it's a little bit of both of just like first playthrough, we're just enjoying it, watching it, having a good time. And now that second time, you've got a little bit more of a wider view, and we have our now decades worth of experience.
Right. I think too, he when he was telling everyone to be quiet and put their weapons down, and Matt was trying to, as King Murghol, he interrupted him multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he didn't know if King Murghol was going to fall for it or not. He didn't give him a chance to find out. He just kind of threw himself in it and just nope. I feel like if the DM's talking, you got to listen to what the DM's saying.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, whether it's a character. Now, yeah, obviously we're fighting. If the king's going to try to sway his people, I understand why he felt the need to do that in the situation. But it's not the first time that happened, and I don't know that it won't be the last, I'm sure. But I'm sure that there was some frustration on Matt's part and a little bit on that side too. Because Tiberius wasn't the only character in that room that needed to hear what was happening.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, as a DM, it's pretty satisfying when you finally get to fucking monologue as this person that you've been dreaming of for a little bit. And even if it's just a couple of words and sentences for these people you've heard about this person, you've seen them, you've heard about this throne room, I have all this build up, and then you keep getting cut off by a player. And I think that's what we're sort of seeing with Orion, that he doesn't give the players the respect that he expects them to give him.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And it sucks because he does have some cool moments in this episode. And while he's here, it's just unfortunate that, you know, the one outweighs the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he weighs more when he's stone, which he is the first one to turn to stone.
Yes. And then he's quiet. Extremely quiet.
And I love, he was even asking, like, am I awake? Am I aware? And Matt's like, no, you're blank. You're stone. Like, he said that so pointedly.
And then there was the moment where it's a little bit later where they're like, what about the flying carpet? Well, Grog has the flying carpet. It's in the bag of holding. No, I have it. Tiberius is like, I have it. And it's like, you would not be that
right. That thing's
flying
huge.
carpet was so heavy. You would not have been carrying that around with you all this time. Just because but he was stone anyway. So even if he did have it,
it was a stoned carpet.
It would have been a stone carpet.
Yeah. But we're a little ahead of ourselves.
Yes, I get ahead
because we get back to him turning to stone. We get to see Lady Kima actually be a fucking badass.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love paladins. I love halfling paladins. I played one. Euphemia was a halfling paladin. I have a really soft spot for them. And she just tore into the king.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, she got an amazing one. Vax got in there and took out the one, was it the Illithid that he took out first, or was it the Basilisk? Because he got a couple of crazy kills, too.
I think the Illithid disappeared again.
Oh, that's right, because he took out the Basilisk, and then the Illithid tried to snack on his brains.
Yes.
Yeah.
He almost had a back snack.
Yeah, and then got wounded pretty bad and took off.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad. I did also love the imagery. Again, Matt is so good with, like, just talking about, like, that horror and the feeling and the sensations. Like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, it makes my little alt heart so happy to hear the gore. I'm sorry, Amanda, okay? I'm sorry, Amanda. It's in my heart, and I can't separate two.
And that's why she's not on the podcast.
That's it. Then we're like, can you handle gore? Because we're going to talk a lot about it in this podcast.
Oh.
No, sorry. That's it, guys.
So
guys, Splatterfest here at Vox Rewatch.
Yep. Yeah, there's some creatures coming up too that are pretty gruesome. Just the description of them, not even the battle.
Yeah.
Just to hear what they creepy.
I do love, like, as Lady Kima's up in there fighting and she's starting to turn to stone, how Matt made all of them panic because they were like, oh yeah, we just poured Basilisk's blood into their eyes and they were fine. And, Vax uses his, like, reaction or whatever to do that. And he's like, oh, you're fine now. And then Matt's like, she turns to stone and they're like, what do you mean? And they were just like, I think that was like really one of the first times like the party really panicked because they were like, oh, we can fix this. Like we can fix this so easily. Just put the basilisk blood on them. You know, we'll get Tiberius back, Lady Kima, and then just seeing it not work.
Yeah.
Because I think when someone is like that, you need a greater restoration to heal them.
Yeah, they talked about a distilled basilisk blood.
You have to like distill it to make it a potion and all of those things.
Yeah,
but I think greater restoration would be the cure. As I whack my mic, I'm sorry, listeners.
We'll find that out next episode.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely talked about the potion a couple episodes ago that he explained it to them, so that's probably why he was like, yeah, no.
Well, it's funny how often that like from one week to another they forget things. Like that episode where they had the Duragar as a hostage at the end of the episode, and then the beginning of the next episode they're just talking like, what are we gonna do? And Matt reminds them that they have this person that they wanted to question, and like, oh yeah, that's right, we completely forgot. It's like from week to week there are a lot of things going on. You don't always remember the details. You have to have someone go through the notes of the previous game. And these guys don't always remember everything that happened from week to week. So, but yes, Matt did a really good job of explaining all of that at least 2 episodes ago. And yeah,
I just thinking about like Matt doing a really good job with things. I really liked the fact that it just wasn't the king that was someone that they had to worry about. And it actually seemed like the queen was far deadlier because I think she was the first NPC villain that I've seen so far of Matt running that is a spellcaster that is doing things just like Tiberius was. And seeing like Orion's face like, oh, they're doing Blur too. They're doing
right.
And I thought that was really cool of like seeing Matt like up the ante of like, you're in this room, you have all these Duragar coming after you, have these basilisks, you have the king, which he did a parry move, which makes me think of like a fighter would have like the parry.
Yeah.
And then you have this sorceress. It feels like a typical setup that we see when you have coupled duos that Matt likes to run later on. One of them is a magic user and one of them is a big old
the brawn.
Yeah.
If we look at the parallels with the next arc we're gonna get into with the Briarwoods, and I just think that's an interesting little nod of like, is that just something he likes to do, or was that just how it worked out? Because it's not the only time that happens.
Right.
If it's something funny, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't saying a lot, but it's funny that it's happened twice.
And that was another moment where Tiberius was kind of clutch.
Yeah,
it was the first time we had a counterspell.
And seeing them try to figure out how counterspell worked.
Yeah. Or dispel magic. I don't know which one it was. Counterspell or dispel magic.
It was counterspell because it was like he's like, it's an opposed roll. It's not. And then a couple times hearing people, oh gosh, this isn't Pathfinder. Like Matt said it once, Taliesin said it once. Like a couple people said, oh, this isn't Pathfinder. So they're still like, you could like hear them like trying to like grasp this new system that they're trying to play for all of us in real time. Yeah,
there's a couple times this episode that Matt got some of the rules wrong with sneak attack and grappling and things like that. So
evasion, and like, I think, evasion was one.
Evasion, saying it was only once per, long rest, and it's like, no, it's once per turn. Or something like this. Like, oh, yeah. Because they're learning.
Yep.
But it's again, I think as a player, that's refreshing to see that they make mistakes and they just run with it. Like when they didn't know how to do counterspell, they looked it up real quick. They kind of went with their gut, figured it out real fast, and ran with it. I think it's a good like case study of watching like when you don't know how to do something, how you can approach it quickly and keep the game moving. Because it could be easy to get really. I mean, I've been the person that's gotten really bogged down before trying to figure out grappling and other rules. I now know It is athletics versus athletics or acrobatics. I know now, friends. Okay.
Don't get that too involved or too memorized because 2024 changes it.
I know, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet.
Sorry, the only reason I know that is because I thought of a new weapon that I wanted to create. It actually works better with 2024 rules than it does 2014. So I had to look it up and figure out what's going on.
Is that a weapon for Helianas?
No. It's been something. So, is it a garrote? Like the wire that people use to
a garrote?
Yeah.
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 I wanted to create something, but it works better with the 2024 rules. Because it's a DC now instead of a opposing check. So
okay.
That does make it easier, just knowing it's always this or that versus.
Yeah.
So we get through that. We have our sorceress who's causing big problems, by the way.
Oh yeah.
As they're kind of mowing through people. Like they're losing people, but they're still going through. And then all of a sudden, like the tide turns when she's like, by the way, and like busts a hole through the ceiling and then like dimension doors out of there with best boy Grog, who, remember, he's got this because he has an intelligence of 6. And did not pass the dominate person save.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I don't think he got to attack anybody in Vox Machina.
He
Was it
went after Vax.
That's it.
Because Vax thought that he was going to be an ally, but wasn't.
So why you always
some damage.
Always go after the magic user first.
Yeah.
Take them out.
Oh
well,
no.
the problem was Murghol. He took that potion and enlarged, and he was the most obvious threat initially. And so the fireballs that Tiberius did cast up front weakened a lot of people and made it a little easier to get through those people, but not so much the king and queen. And that did end up hurting them. If they would have gone after her sooner, maybe they would have been all right. But
I mean, I'll be honest. I love a good berserked and just blood frenzied barbarian. In Curse of Strahd, one of my characters took a very cursed axe that they had every time combat started, they had to make a wisdom save, and wisdom, unfortunately, was their dump stat.
Oh no!
So the party ended up having to make a contingency plan of like, who's going to cast Hold Person? Who's going to cast this? How are we going to keep Landlius from killing us? Because the one time they were in this like happy little fighting pit just for fun, he went nuts and nearly took out our paladin, nearly took out our necromancer. And it wasn't until like the bard came in and helped and restrained him, and he was able to shake it, that we're like, so we need to have an intervention about the cursed weapon that talks to you.
Let's figure this out now,
guys. And he was like, guys, a fight. But it was just, it's my favorite because they have like the multi-attack. They just they're raging. Like, yes, I know you could go after the magic user, but I love going after the beefy boys and just making them go after the whole party.
Well, I mean, no, as a DM, 100%. Where you take over the hardest hitter and make them one of your own. I can't tell you how many times I did that to Twiggy in our game. And
oh my!
Every time I did it, he's like, "I know what you're doing."
Yep.
Every single time.
Oh, and so she opens up the hole in the ceiling, and just the magma starts pouring out. And she takes Grog, and now Percy's been hiding like at the door, right? And like peeking in, peeking out. Like he helped pick off one of the basilisks. And we get to see him kind of have some cool moments too, with like the around the door, not looking, and firing.
He had a couple really good shots on Murghol too, right before Scanlan.
And I remember hearing the disappointment in his voice as Matt's talking. Like, he shoots the jaw off, he shoots off the part of the head, and you just see the skull. And they're waiting for the "how do you want to do this?" and it doesn't come. And
he's
you can see him be like,
right?
Yeah, and you see him like, oh, like disappointment. And I love like everybody at the tables talking like, well, what are you gonna do? Where are we gonna go? And Scanlan's like, I run up and pull out my sword.
I've never used a sword. What do I do? How do I do it?
And then he rolls and gets a natural 20. And the group loses it. Sam looks like he is in complete disbelief of what he's actually done. So they're calculating this. He's like, so I get a second roll because of this? And it was the second roll that took out the king. Yeah. And I love how Sam is getting these unexpected kills. Like, he, up until like this, like the streaming of this game, he'd never had a kill before.
Yep.
And now he's like coming in clutch with like these kills in like the most ridiculous way. And I will say this, I love that the party members in general are not mad about Scanlan stealing the kill from other people, as I played at tables before where people got mad when somebody came in and got like the easy kill because they were at such low hit points, and then they didn't get the credit for the kill when like it's the whole party in general. Right. I think it just shows, again, like the good dynamics of the table. Nobody's upset about this. They were all celebrating with Scanlan in disbelief, trying to figure out like what modifiers to add to this. Like, I want to know what their character sheets looked like if they can't find their modifiers and things like what was it? Was it literally just a sheet of paper that they wrote things out on? Like,
oh my gosh,
how did they not know?
There's my other group that I play with. There's a guy that writes everything on just a legal pad, and I'm like, dude, print this out. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, you need to see it. You need it all. Everything needs to be laid out in front of you, or else it takes forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again,
now, to be fair, he doesn't use the sword, so he's not looking in the right spot on his sheet. He's looking at his spell. He probably has it turned over, or that sheet open to the spells.
Yeah.
And he's not paying attention to the weapon
stats.
That's accurate.
But
for him, I understand. But yeah.
But I mean, from there forward, he is Scanlan Shorthalt, Kingslayer. So
that's right. and it's funny because he tried to persuade him to do a headstand.
Yes.
And the king rolled well enough that he didn't. And so when the killing blow came, he's like, "How do you want to do this?" He's like, you know, your first swipe hit him in the Achilles tendon. He dropped down to the knee. He's like, I'm just gonna lop it off and say, "Should have stood on your head." It's like it all comes back to those things. Like, he just jumps right back and forth between all the good one-liners that he's got.
He is so good with those. Sam is really so good with those. So I think it was around this time, right after he killed the king, like, or shortly before he killed the king, like the lava's pouring down. I was pretty impressed with Taliesin, his play, where he uses like an ice shot, which I feel like when we get later on in the campaign, I feel like Percy doesn't have these like tricky types of bullets anymore. It's just like he doesn't have ice bullets and fire bullets and lightning. Like, he gets lightning from like Cabal's Ruin and like those sort of things. But he doesn't really get like these. I feel like this is very much a leftover Pathfinder thing of him having these types of like bullets and ammunition.
My guess,
I feel like it's a lot to keep track of.
It is
but I think it's a crafting. I don't think crafting is as easy in 5th edition compared to D&D compared to Pathfinder. So
crafting is awful. It's awful. I would zoom in on myself if I could. I'll just... It's so awful. As someone who has tried to do crafting in the game, and even with the like benevolent DM that allowed me to do it, it still took forever. So I did love his creative use of it, though, that he took the ice arrow and really did the most effective way of waylaying the magma coming in, giving them some time to figure out what they needed to do. You know, Clarota took Lady Kima or Vax? Who did Clarota take?
Lady Kima.
Which,
Kima, yeah.
Thinking about that now, kind of sus.
Yeah. Was he gonna like put her in one of those storage closets that they'd been in on the way out?
I love how Clarota came in, did a couple of hits, dominated the other mind flare, and then the instant he went invisible, they're like, "Oh no, we don't like that."
Yeah.
And they have to drag out, and I love how everybody's like, "We gotta drag people," and they're dragging Tiberius and pulling him out of there. The lava's coming down. Keyleth is like, she's doing her best with her wind spells and gusts and things, trying to make it happen. I was not expecting it to turn into a skill check of them having to outrun the lava.
Right.
Like, talk about not letting up on the pressure. Like, Matt is continuing at this point to push and push and push the players and not let up. And it's
there were some bad rolls.
Oh God, it was so bad.
Bad rolls.
Bad. Where they're trying to get the door open, and Vax is not doing well holding the door open. And isn't it the heat damage from the lava is what knocks him unconscious?
Mm-hmm.
So then
his foot ends up sitting in lava for 6 seconds.
Because people rolled poorly and couldn't pull him out. And I love how they describe when he pulls it out, the Vax has this stump of a foot, and they're just like,
yeah. And Trinket was the one that ended up pulling him, I think, right?
Yeah, Trinket was the one that pulled him out. And I love that finally, Trinket got his little hero moment in this, as Laura has been pulling Trinket and moving around, and she's spending her turns. Trinket goes here, Trinket goes there, just trying to move this bear around to be helpful. And I did like the fact that, I think Matt could see, this is going really bad. This is going really, really bad. Trinket helps.
Yep.
And there's the relief on their face to know a bear is strong enough to pull Vax out. And they get pulled out, and it was I feel like it's the first of a couple of moments that we have in the campaign where it's that not all hope is lost moment, because we get that later on when things go really south later on in the game. But I feel like it's the first time that an episode has ended with so many lows of Vax was critically wounded, and we know now he's going to have disadvantage on stealth. His walking speed is half by 5. We have 2 players that are stone, and we don't have a way to heal them, at least at the end of the episode.
Right.
And then Grog is gone, and I let them being well, it's not the first time we lost Grog.
Yeah.
Which it's also not the last time they lose Grog either.
Yeah.
No.
It's a great one shot. It's a great one shot getting Grog.
And they still weren't done.
No.
There were still 30 Duergar running, because you hear screams inside the fortress because of all the magma coming down on the Duergar that was still in there.
Mm-hmm.
So they just lost a whole bunch of people. Yeah. They have to kind of hide long enough to let them pass. They're trying to wrestle with whether they should go immediately after Grog, because he could still be close, but they don't have any spells left. They're all battered drained. and what do you do in that moment?
Yeah.
Thank goodness they took that rest earlier, because they would have been
toast.
Even worse off. Yeah.
Oh, Vax was toast.
That's right.
Guys, I'm here all week. It's my second corny lead in.
Very nice.
But yeah, I
that was like the masterclass of DMing too, because that was a lot to juggle. There were a bunch of extra, like Durgar. There was reacting to, like, he knew the plan because obviously they were talking about the plan ahead of time, but you still have a lot of moving parts. He's got to keep track of things. He's got to double check players' actions and trying to think ahead for what the queen's going to do, because the queen can't stick around. She's like, she apologized to her husband because she had to go. She's like, sorry, but there are things that are more important that need to be done. Like, thinking ahead, thinking in the moment. It was just a lot. And the players were struggling on their own, but man, how can he keep all that straight?
I don't know how he does it.
Chaos.
It's that, and it's the masterclass of how he set this up, because he set up the difficulty for this previously as they were exploring. He said several times, this is the downside to a large party. There's a lot of you. You can't fit through here. And now we're seeing, like, they were having issues struggling through the hallway. Who could pull back the people? You had to go in the line and pull. You couldn't all assist. You're getting bottlenecked into situations. Like, he built this encounter tailored to the party's weaknesses and their strengths, and really, like, laid into them. Woof.
Yeah.
And they're not even done. Like, that's the worst, when, like, as a player, you get out of a really harrowing situation, like, I'm alive. Oh God, people are still trying to kill me.
We're not
and
done.
You're like, where do I go? What do I do? Like, where do we hide? Like, I hate that as a player, but I love setting that up as a DM, because I love seeing what my players do. I love seeing how people react to that. Yeah. Because they always surprise me. At least my chaos gremlins always surprise me. But I'm so interested to see what they do next. Like, I remember this, but I also it's fun going through this, because it's been a good, like, 8 years for me, maybe more, since I've watched. 9 years since I've watched this, because I caught up with all of this right at the end and was ready for season 2 to start. So maybe 8 years. But it's like, I remember bits and bobs, but I don't remember all, like, the finer bits of this. And it is so being like, where are we going? What are we doing? What's coming up? And being, like, genuinely excited to see where they go, because I don't quite remember this part of what's coming up next. It's like, it's brand new again.
Yeah.
I know you know, Doug.
Yes. I have time to listen, so I can listen and listen. And
hey! Speaking of listening to things, Eric.
Yes.
Have you perhaps sat down and turned on your listening ears and watched the Neverending Story yet?
Yeah, definitely did.
Oh, tell me about
Bullshit.
It's there's a flying thing, and then there's
Yeah, I'm calling BS.
All right. I rolled a 15 on insight. I have advantage because I've known you for 20 years.
Hold on. I don't have any dice around.
I don't have any
Here.
dice either.
Let me roll. Oh no, they're one. No, I have not yet.
Do we need to have a watch party just to make sure that this happens?
Yes, I think so.
Listen, I looked up how I can and where I could rent it. I just haven't had the opportunity to yet.
Start.
It's a start.
Yeah, I know.
Is this one of our stretch goals, like on Patreon or something, to get Eric to watch this? Is this the first thing that we make as a Patreon exclusive?
Yes.
Is right. Eric's reaction to this?
Right. If we get, well, we're going to set this number too. How many?
50 subs.
50 subs. I will watch Neverending Story.
And I, from the 493 miles away that I am, will not cease in my insistence upon your watching it when we reach that goal.
No.
I'm much closer, so I will constantly remind you if I have
Yes! Get him, Doug!
Right. Some random Friday, I'll show up at his house. Have you watched it?
With our powers combined, you know,
Okay.
are we next to each other? Are we next to each other?
Yes.
Wait, okay,
you're
there?
right next to me.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
What are you? Wait.
What are you doing?
Confusion.
I thought we were gonna do. I thought we were doing like the.
Okay.
Guys, I'm recording the video. You look like a bunch of idiots.
Where are we? Tell us where to go. Which way? Because Doug is right next to me this way.
Yeah, she's to my right and you're below me.
Where are we on your screen?
Now, the question, fans, is do I make them look like morons or do I have them actually do it?
Here, we'll do this.
Yeah!
Or I don't have...
No, you guys, Connie is
Brady
to
Bunch.
Doug's left, and Doug, you are to Connie's right. Nope. Wait, no.
This?
Your camera must be flipped. Doug's right. Connie, there you go, Connie. No, Doug, other side.
Oh.
There you go.
This way?
Yep.
Really? Oh, wow.
Okay, that's weird.
That is not right for me.
It's not right either.
Not what I see.
That's going at the outtakes.
Yeah.
Doug's never watched Dragon Ball Z.
I've never watched this part either, but I know
didn't watch that much.
I've never watched that far. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't watch a lot of
I dropped off in Majin Buu. Like I got through Majin Buu and that was
the fusion was in Majin Buu.
I dropped off in Majin Buu. I didn't get the whole way through it. I know that DBZ is your thing and your name is Trunks.
Right.
And everything. And Trunks is best boy.
I'm okay. Listen, if I watch Neverending Story, you need to finish off the Buu saga.
I feel like that's much more of a commitment.
Yeah, that's.
Can I watch DBZ abridged?
They stopped at the end of the Cell saga.
No.
Right.
You know what? Actually, there's a YouTuber, totally not Mark, that has done some really great DBZ reviews. So I actually know what happens because he reads the manga and then talks about the anime. Really great guy. If you've never watched him, you should totally watch him, Eric, because you would really like him a lot. Totally not Mark.
Okay.
He's
link down below.
Yeah, we'll link him. You know what? Free. He's got like probably close to 1 million subs. Guys, go support him. He needs it. I don't know how many does he have. Now I want to see. Let's see. I am subscribed to him. Let me see. Totally not Mark. 1.04 million subscribers.
Yeah, he's not doing well. Let's help him out.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Let's talk about us with our right now. Because we haven't gone live yet. We haven't gone live as of recording. But at this point, guys, we might already be at 50.
That's true.
This is true. If we're already at 50, I am SOL.
Screwed. You better get renting.
Facebook keeps telling me that we have 22 new views on the Tabletop Tether Facebook page.
That's great.
It's got one post that says coming soon. Like that's so
they came. Oh, okay. We'll be back.
But don't worry, we're totally professional. We've got this. It's going to be great. We are doing awesome.
On that note, Eric, where can they find us?
Hey, we've got a Facebook page. We've also got...
I hope we have more than that.
We've got an X. We've got a TikTok. We've got a website, www.tabletoptether.com, where you can find all the tabletops and all the tethers. YouTube.
You can...
All the things.
You can find us anywhere on the interwebs. That is at tabletoptether.com. And if there's anything that we recorded today that was too good to go on the recording floor, But not good enough for this episode. Don't worry. Bloopers and outtakes will be on our socials. We had a good one tonight that Doug and I for sure are going to be in. So if you like seeing our faces and want to see more of us, you will see us on all of our socials. And that's where you get little snippets of today's episode and past episodes. But if you want the full episodes, that's on Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else we decide that our full episodes need to go.
Yep.
And throw in the comments, what movie or show, obscure or not, should we be watching next? Just random that, you know, maybe we've seen it, maybe we haven't. What?
Sorry, I sneezed.
Or maybe tell us what current hyperfixation has affected your D&D campaign. Should we watch it too?
That's pretty good too.
There we go.
I like that.
All right.
Well, thank you, friends. And I guess we'll join you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Here at Tabletop Tether doing Vox Rewatch. With my 2 best friends. Which I'm totally exactly pointing to. Totally. This way. Am I pointing now?
I probably have to do. I'm doing this.
Way? Yeah, you haven't eaten. Yeah, this is awkward. Guys, we're totally professional. We know exactly what we're doing, but that's what you love us because we're real people. We'll see you next week for episode 8.
Episode 8.
Episode 8! Bye!
All right, see you guys.
All right. Vox Rewatch is an unofficial fan podcast and is not approved or endorsed in any way by Critical Role. Critical Role and all related content are owned by Critical Role Productions. This podcast is for non-commercial, transformative use, created under Critical Role's fan content policy. For more info, visit critroll.com.